What would change in your life if a medical system could reason step by step like your favorite doctor, explain every choice, and still cut the cost of testing?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster, and today we're examining medical superintelligence and how orchestrated AI may soon shape the way you're diagnosed and cared for.
I'm Alara Sky. AI in medicine has moved beyond quiz-style answers. New systems are trained to think in clinical steps, asking for data, ordering tests, and revising conclusions. So what you get looks less like a search result and more like a careful workflow that mirrors a real visit.
Standard exams such as medical licensing tests are useful, but they miss the flow of an actual case where you start with limited facts and then adapt. A newer benchmark called the Sequential Diagnosis Benchmark uses difficult New England Journal of Medicine cases, releases information only when requested, and judges the final diagnosis against physician criteria for clinical relevance.
Economic realism is built in. Each test, lab, and image carries a cost, so the AI must balance accuracy with affordability. That matters to you because a correct answer that requires unlimited spending isn't a solution. The benchmark rewards decisions that make medical and financial sense at every step.
To perform well in this setting, researchers created the Microsoft AI Diagnostic Orchestrator, or MAI-DXO. Think of it as a coordinator that guides how an underlying model reasons. One component generates hypotheses, another chooses the next best test, and another challenges weak logic while watching costs. It's not replacing the core model, it's organizing it like a disciplined clinical team.
When this orchestrator was tested on 304 complex cases, paired with OpenAI's O3, it reached about 85.5% diagnostic accuracy. In the same scenarios, experienced physicians averaged roughly 20%. Costs dropped too, about 20% versus physicians, and around 70% versus standard non-orchestrated AI, showing that careful reasoning can be both precise and efficient.
For you, that could mean faster clarity with fewer redundant tests. The framework improved accuracy across multiple models: GPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, and LLaMA, which suggests the method is adaptable rather than tied to a single tool. Orchestration is the key, a structured process that keeps focus on information, value, and financial impact.
There are boundaries. These evaluations centered on difficult, high-stakes cases, not routine primary care visits. Clinical deployment still requires safety checks and real-world validation. Cost figures came from standardized estimates, not your local billing. Even with strong results, translation into everyday practice must be cautious, transparent, and auditable.
A separate randomized trial adds an important lesson. ChatGPT alone diagnosed a small set of complex cases with higher median accuracy than physicians, yet doctors given access to ChatGPT barely improved. Mistrust and anchoring kept many from using the tool's stepwise reasoning, and most received no training on effective prompts or workflow.
The takeaway is straightforward. Pairing humans with AI works only when people are taught how to steer it and when the collaboration avoids tug-of-war. Orchestration solves part of this by letting AI complete the stepwise work and then presenting a clear explanation for clinical review rather than forcing real-time debate during a visit.
So, what can you do now? Use AI as a learning companion that clarifies lab terms, explains conditions, and helps you think through questions for your next appointment. Verify important details, because today's models can still produce errors. Do not rely on AI alone for urgent or serious decisions. Clinical judgment remains central.
Protect your privacy. Avoid sharing confidential personal information in chat systems. Use temporary email addresses when appropriate, and check workplace policies before entering sensitive data. These steps keep you safer while you explore your health questions with modern tools.
Expect mainstream bias. Many large models reflect guidance from major health institutions. That can be helpful, but it also means you should examine sources and weigh evidence quality. Use AI to understand biology and options. Do not outsource your judgment or values.
Medical superintelligence doesn't mean replacing your clinician. It means augmenting your care with systems that keep reasoning visible, cost-aware, and test-efficient. The ideal use case is a clinician who reviews an AI-generated, stepwise plan, asks sharper questions, and reaches a diagnosis faster with fewer burdens on you.
You might wonder whether such accuracy claims will hold up in busy clinics. That's exactly why the next steps emphasize broader evaluation, safety frameworks, and audit trails. The promise is real, but responsible adoption requires proof across common conditions, diverse populations, and real billing environments.
If you're curious how this could touch your experience soon, imagine a visit where the care team uses an orchestrated tool to run a structured differential, requests only the highest value tests, and shows you a clear, documented chain of reasoning. You leave understanding why each step was taken and what it cost, while your clinician remains accountable for the final decision.
Here's a simple way to benefit today without waiting for full clinical rollout. When you use an AI tool at home, ask it to reason step by step, state uncertainties, and list the minimal tests that would most change the answer. Then verify those suggestions with credible sources and your clinician, and avoid entering personal identifiers or protected health details.
Let's close with a concise FAQ you can carry forward. Medical superintelligence is AI that works alongside doctors to tackle hard diagnostic puzzles through deliberate stepwise reasoning. MAIDXO is an orchestration layer that coordinates that reasoning, improves accuracy, and keeps costs in view. AI can help you learn and prepare, but it will not replace the human relationship and accountability you expect in care.
Your challenge. The next time you explore a health question with AI, ask for a stepwise plan, request the 2 highest value tests it would prioritize and why, verify those with reliable sources, and share your refined questions with your clinician, without sharing private identifiers in the tool. Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.